Hi there, and welcome to today's vlog. Today I want to show you a quite remarkable photograph. As you know, if you've been watching these vlogs recently, over past months since we moved back to Doncaster on my retirement, we've been sorting through boxes of this and that which we've collected over the years, and over the past few days I came across some photographs and postcards. And I think I must have picked these up at an auction somewhere, but never really had the chance to look closely at them. Anyway, here's the photograph I want to show you. It's you may think it's a nativity scene, nothing particularly special about that, and in one sense that's quite right. The nativity scenes, nativity plays take place around the world at Christmas time. Maybe I should have saved this till nearer Christmas. But the what makes this special and possibly even unique is some words that have been written on the back of the photograph. It was written in December 1945, which of course was just after the end of the Second World War. And the writing on the back explains the context in which this photograph was taken. It says, "Christmas play, Klein Coats camp." Towards the end of the Second World War, it was a big discussion took place among the Allies as about how to respond to the needs of the many hundreds of thousands probably of people who had been made homeless or had to flee from their homes, many Jews who had to flee from the Nazis, many who've had to flee from the terror of what was happening around them, and they became known as displaced persons. And so in Germany and other nearby countries, I think Austria and Italy, many what were called displaced persons camps were established. Klein Coats, where this photograph was taken, was one of them. It's in Germany. So there were all these people who'd lost their homes, their livelihood. Many would have lost family members. They would have been terrorised by the Nazis. Many would have suffered. And even if they were allowed to go home, many would find that their homes were no longer there. They were in effect homeless. And so there they were in these displaced persons camps, wondering what the future may hold. Memories for many of them of terrible situations they'd been through, and others they know, their loved ones, their families. Many had lost loved ones. So they'd been through an awful, awful situation. Excuse me. And yet in the midst of that, in the midst of the uncertainty for the future, these people took time out to celebrate, to remember the birth of Jesus Christ, a reminder that into this broken, hurting, sinful world, God came. He's not a remote, far away God, but a God who comes among us. As John writes, he took on flesh and came among us. And that kind of links in with a psalm that I've been led to recently, Psalm 130, which begins with these haunting words: "From the depth of my despair, O Lord, I call for your help. Hear my cry, O Lord. Pay attention to my prayer." And as we think of those who are caught up in the horror of World War II, as those who are caught up now in the horrors of COVID-19 and other dreadful situations in the world, maybe things happening in our own lives with our family, our friends, is that call from the depths of despair, calling to God. And then but the psalmist goes on. It's not just despair he speaks of. I am counting on the Lord. Yes, I am counting on him. I have put my hope in his word. And then these great words to finish with: O Israel, hope in the Lord, for with the Lord there is unfailing love and an overflowing supply of salvation. God so loved the world that he gave his only Son. What a poignant photograph, that even in the midst of such darkness, these people celebrated the coming of Jesus, the light of the world. God bless you. Thank you so much for listening today.